What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. Sorry that there was no new episode on Monday. I know that people get really pissed off about that, but we're back today, and we're gonna give you an episode that's better than ever.
Really long.
This episode's gonna be really long, so we're giving it to you. I understand people get really frustrated when the episodes don't come out on time, but sometimes things just happen, right?
Right, and I know It does feel like we're on a very strict schedule, and we are, but think about it this way, this is our job, right? This is our job. And for people that have jobs, sometimes you wake up and you are so sick you cannot perform at your job. And sometimes that happens to us. Sometimes we're not invincible.
Right, but people then have the opposite reaction to that, where they're like, no, it's your job. Sometimes you're sick and you just got to get up and do it.
Yeah.
But when you're talking, it's like, when I physically
Believe me, there's a lot of times we push through when we have like a tummy ache or a headache, and we do it anyway. I'm not saying it's like a little thing, but sometimes there's big things where it's like, I can't even fathom opening my mouth. I'm in so much pain.
Right. Which was me the other day.
Yes.
And so when these things happen, then I literally was up from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. the other day.
Yeah.
I was so sick. I was throwing up. I had it's still happening, by the way. I have this pain going from my back to my legs, but I have endometriosis, which I've talked about before.
Yeah.
So sometimes, which I talked about last week when I said I had my period a lot, which I don't know how people weren't really happy with that. Sometimes it's really bad, and then everything flares up, and then all of a sudden I feel just like I literally can't get up. That's what happened the other day. But then it stems into people are like, oh my God, what's happening? The schedule has been all over the place this summer, blah, blah. We've been a little messy this summer. Going anywhere. Fault, so. It's our fault, our bad. It's been a crazy summer, but Chicks in the Office isn't going anywhere, so everyone can calm down. We're still going to be here 3 episodes a week. This time was 2, I'm sorry. And the Bachelor stuff is still happening. Yeah. We're not going anywhere. So everyone could stop freaking out and coming up with your own conspiracies that because we didn't put out an episode on Monday, that we're just running away.
No, sometimes there's just...
You guys don't hate each other?
Oh, yeah. No, that's one keeps going. By the way, people still haven't picked up on the joke. You hate me.
Yeah.
You hate me. Mm-hmm. And that's just, we guys have to get on with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's let that sink in for everybody.
Right. I want everyone to know that she fucking despises me.
You can let that sink in. This is one of and I was saying this last night, and we won't talk about it anymore, but one of my, I sometimes feel like I have to tell you that it is okay to be in pain, accept what's happening, because you're like, I feel so terrible. I don't know what's happening. I'm like, you do know, you have a condition that is a lot.
Sound like a mom right now.
No, she does, but it's helpful because I really beat myself up.
I just feel like
because of the people that get so angry.
People get so angry, and I also feel like sometimes you have people in your life who think you are making up being in pain, and you're not. You're not. You have a diagnosed endometriosis. Look, all you have to do. So many women suffer from endometriosis, and the ones that are very famous have been very vocal about it, and they've caused major issues for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So it's not crazy that this flares up for you every once in a while.
It is funny though, because I'll be like, I don't know what's happening. She's like, I know what's happening, Rhea. I know, because it's the same thing every time. Yeah. Your back,
and you have your period,
your stomach, and your and by the way, you also have your period. We know why. So so that's really it. People, I don't know why lately
a little bit more sympathetic.
People have been stressing me out a little bit more lately, which I'm trying to get over.
They are, because there's a lot of you've been starting a lot with people. People are saying, because people are saying this, people are feeling
really,
that.
They DM me a lot of crazy things. Yeah. They do, and a lot of it. When it's guys saying stupid stuff like you're fat and ugly, I'm like, okay, this is something I've heard many times before, so that isn't anything new. But when girls start jumping in there and saying oh, it's so obvious you and Fran are just not friends anymore, you and Brianna, you and Kelly I'm like, what? In what? We're all friends. everyone just has a lot going on, right?
Yeah.
Like summers, people get really busy during the summer. Things are exciting.
Right.
Also, with our jobs, people have so much going on all the time. So I'm just like, what? People really just like love to.
The summer's when people travel, people take trips.
People just
are
love
busy.
to speculate. And I'm like, more than ever lately in my DMs, people have been speculating so much. And I'm like, chill out.
Yeah.
Everybody's good. Everybody's living their life.
It's all good.
It is.
It's all good.
That's what's the most, because you're just like, you're like, do I even need to address any of this? Do I need to respond to every single person in my DMs asking this? A girl, no, you don't. Which I don't. I don't usually respond. But
and
then
we don't
I'm
need to hear either.
No, but this is like the last time. This is the last time we are telling everyone that we're fucking friends, because it's. And then I'm gonna keep going with the joke that we hate each other, because for some reason people are still not picking up on it. A girl DM'd me the other day and she was like, because I posted a picture, which, by the way, like when you post a picture, it doesn't mean that you took that picture that day. You know what I mean? Like whatever. And a girl messaged me and was like, "Oh, cool. So the episode wasn't out because you got a haircut." And I was like, nice try, but I didn't even get a fucking haircut. So relax. Like, I was just like, what? Like, really?
Yeah.
So whatever. But guys, the fall is coming around. Summer's slowing down.
Fall is coming.
And we are excited. We're excited. I'm excited.
My weenus is really itchy.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've been also, by the way, I've actually been loving the podcast lately. I don't know about everybody else, but I've been feeling great about the podcast lately.
I see this.
That's why I feel
so
confused.
Funny. It's so funny because the things that you look at versus what I look at, I'll sometimes click on the comments on like the Chicks in the Office videos on Instagram or the posts, and I'm smiling because I just see girls being like, the podcast has been so funny lately. You guys are great. And I'm like,
and
I'm missing something.
No, I do see that, but people are meaner to me than they are to you, and that's just a fact.
Well, I also don't read a lot of
but
it.
if you did read them, you'd also see that they're much meaner to me than they are to you.
Yeah.
And that's just the nature of the
boys are also much meaner to you.
Yes, they are. They really are very mean to me. That's just the nature of the situation because of whatever has happened here. That's fine. I don't really care about the guys' opinions. It's more about the
I've been
girls.
hammering that block button recently.
Oh,
from
really?
The Chicks in the Office account.
Oh, good.
Whenever it's like,
out of line, you just block them.
Or if it's like repetitive, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, thanks. But yeah, no, I actually have been like loving the podcast lately. I feel great about it.
I'm having a lot of fun recording.
Me too. I look forward to recording. I think we have a lot of fun lately. So
good banter.
I think so. So that's why I'm like, what are these people saying? Like, what vibe are they picking up on that we're missing? Because I think it's been great, and I think it's going to get even better.
I have to also say, I do think that this is part of doing a podcast for this long. You know, I just think we've been doing this show for a very long time, and with it comes criticism and praise, and then sometimes you go through eras where there's just a ton of criticism, and then there's a ton of praise, and then it flips back and forth.
And people,
it's just comes with the territory. I've been in the game this long.
Yeah, and people want problems.
Yeah, of course.
They want like a little juicy drama.
Of course.
When we're just like the most like...
So let's give it to them.
Yeah. We're just like pretty consistent
in
terms of like we've just been doing it the same way. So I don't know. I'm excited for the fall. I think that I don't know. Like I said, I've been loving the show. Yeah. So hopefully you guys love it too. Besides the people that fucking hate it. So who knows?
Which is weird that they would still listen.
Right. Which means that they do still like it in some way.
Exactly.
Right. Well, this is the last time I'm addressing these people, by the way. But it had to be addressed. Okay. Because of the no episode on Monday.
Yeah, fair.
People went into a tizzy.
Yeah.
But okay. Anyways. How's your week going?
Great.
Great?
Yeah. Although I woke up thinking today was Wednesday.
It was Tuesday.
Yeah. For everyone listening, it's Wednesday. Aren't you guys lucky?
Right. No, how's your week going?
Already Wednesday for you guys.
My week?
Yeah.
Pretty good. Had a nice weekend. Saw
no,
my grandma. Surprised because I said I wasn't going to come. Well, yeah, I flew to the vineyard and then took the ferry to the Cape. And hung out with my grandma and my family.
Is that an easy way to get there?
Honestly, I've never done it that way, but I was saying I think I'm always going to do it that way from now because it's just more fun.
You can't.
You can fly to Hyannis.
Can you fly to Hyannis?
You can.
Are there a lot of flights or no?
No, but it's either that or take the train, and then my parents have to drive like an hour and a half. But I liked it. Like, I'll go next time and just spend a day in the vineyard. And,
Well, the flight is 30 minutes.
Yeah, but the vineyard was all there. There was like a firework thing going on, so it was like insanely crowded in Oak Bluffs.
Yeah. My parents told me about that.
You know what's funny? I think you were saying the other day, like, you're on the beach and like sometimes when you go to the beach, like if people like recognize you, you kind of like.
Yeah, I get uncomfortable. I get insecure is the word.
Or yeah, just like. But I was on the beach the other day, like on my street, kind of like we have like a beach, and I was like just kind of acting like a kid, like I was burying my mom's legs. I was telling a story upstairs to people, and they like thought it was hilarious. But I was just like,
You're just like digging
she
a
was
hole.
like sun tanning, and I was just kind of like burying her legs in sand because I was bored. And then like I went in the water and it was cold, and I kind of did like one of the like that. Just and
You're
then
being
I was
rowdy.
just like being myself. And then I was walking away from the beach, just talking to someone, and some girl was like, "Chicks in the office," because they just heard my voice, and I'm like, she was sitting right behind us. I'm like, the fact that she just saw me like acting like this, like burying my mom.
Oh
like,
my god, that is funny.
doing like some sandcastles.
That's really funny. You had a big shovel out.
It's just I was using my bare hands.
You're grimy like that.
Yeah.
That was funny. Noah's been very funny on his podcast.
What about
today.
you?
What about me? What did I do this weekend? Nothing. I really didn't actually feel well the entire weekend.
Yeah.
So I didn't do much, really at all. I got some ice cream Saturday night on the boardwalk in Long Beach, New York, and I laid out in my backyard, and that was really it.
Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, House of the Dragon. We all watched.
We all watched, and I think it was a thumbs up from all of us right now.
Yeah.
We liked it.
I'm excited to see what happens.
I am too. I started rewatching Game of Thrones.
I saw a crazy stat about the premiere that it was like insane.
Like really? Because I thought a lot of people
Which
were
was
like,
so weird because so many people were doing polls on Instagram of like, oh, are you watching? And so many people, like so many more people were saying no than yes. Not more people, but it was just much more even than I thought. Like I thought it was going to be yes in a landslide. House of the Dragon is the most watched series premiere of 2022 and most watched in HBO's history.
That's
the
crazy.
series pilot beat out the premieres for Stranger Things and Euphoria, along with every HBO show that has come before it.
Well, that's interesting with Stranger Things because that's like a binge type thing where like this seems like it's appointment television again.
Yeah, I was just surprised to hear that after just literally seeing a few accounts posting will you be watching and me clicking yes.
People don't want to.
And then it being like 44% yes, and like it was just more even than I thought. I thought it was going to be a yes in a landslide.
Our poll to see as well.
Yeah, I was surprised by our own results of so many people saying no, and then there were other accounts that asked too, and I was like, damn, there's actually more people not watching, but I will be watching, and I think that I very much enjoyed the first episode.
Yeah,
did you watch Blackbird or no?
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Did I watch a new show this
No,
weekend?
I've moved on to Only Murders season 2. I'm about 3.
Paul Rudd.
I'm about 3 episodes in.
As am I.
Yeah.
I like the Amy Schumer cameo as Amy Schumer. I think it's very funny.
I do too.
And Paul Rudd was announced for season 3.
I
which I think
am
is a perfect fit.
Yeah.
I think his humor is perfect.
Yeah, he'll fit so well. I'm a sucker for celebs playing themselves
Me too.
in comedies.
Right.
Gets me every time. It's low hanging fruit, but it is funny.
Like,
I think it is.
Sting was so funny.
The Sting was so funny.
I think
like that just always makes me laugh.
Right. Especially when the other people are like playing not themselves.
Yeah, exactly. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Pretty. That's it. Getting into topics. This is gonna be a long episode.
Yeah, this is a long episode. We are gonna get into topics. We're gonna be talking about J-Lo and Ben Affleck's wedding this weekend in Georgia. Sarah Hyland and Wells finally tied the knot. We're also gonna be talking about Harry Styles' interview in Rolling Stone, and Laura Whitmore has quit Love Island. She's no longer gonna be the host. And then we have a great Bachelorette recap with Trent, which was very funny, and I'm sorry if you hate when we go off the rails, but obviously went off the rails again with a very, very funny, I don't even know if story or whatever it was from Noah, but it's a must listen. And then we have a great game of trivia. So let's get into it, starting off with Ben Affleck and J-Lo. Ben Affleck and J-Lo got married again this weekend. They had their wedding in Georgia. Things looked beautiful. Pretty scary leading up to it. I think Ben Affleck's mom got hurt right before the wedding. They went to the hospital.
They made that headline as scary as possible of like rushed to hospital before a wedding. I think she fell from a dock and cut her leg, but I do think that she is okay. We haven't seen too much. We've seen pictures of J-Lo's dresses, multiple dresses, Ralph Lauren. She looked stunning, of course. There were some aerial secret photos taken of like her and Ben taking pictures. And then there's a lot of then there's pictures of Ben coming and going. It seemed like Ben had left for something right after the wedding. He was seen getting on a plane with Matt Damon. But I do have to say that it's a very happy occasion. I'm very happy for them. And it's nice because I do believe that the rumor was that they were supposed to get married here the first time that they were supposed to get married at Ben Affleck's estate in Georgia.
You know you made it when you have an estate.
Yeah. Like, who knew he had an estate in Georgia? I don't know. He just probably has estates everywhere. And I just feel like Ben Affleck, so much more recently, is everyone just wants to catch him looking sad or tired or angry more than most.
They really do Ben Affleck dirty on all headlines. Like, everybody could be captured looking exhausted in a car at some point.
Yeah,
Did you see that video of him?
There's the one picture of him in the car and he's in the back seat.
And
it's just he's making a face and the headlines have been so mean. It's like the guy just got married again. Give him a second. He's probably tired. Like, does he need to be photographed like this?
Like, of course he's exhausted. It's a long weekend.
Feidelberg tweeted it. He was like, I love how this is just everyone when you're like tired of talking to people. He went up to someone, it was him and J-Lo, and he like was like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. And the second she walked away, his face just like went blank and he's just like,
yeah, I just feel like with these pictures sometimes they really do him dirty. They want to get the most unflattering photo of him to make him seem disheveled.
Yeah. I just never even click them anymore because I'm like, crazy. Who cares? Anybody could be captured looking exhausted when they're tired.
Yeah.
Like, what? It just makes no sense to me why it's always Ben Affleck. Oh, look at Ben Affleck stumbling with his coffee in his hands. It's like they always this poor guy.
I know. It's just time and time again. He can't catch a break with these paparazzi photos. The drama for the weekend, I guess that you would say, is that Casey Affleck, his brother, was not there. I mean, Casey's had a ton of issues of his own in years past, and it feels like there's a lot of speculation of, oh, he wasn't there. Casey posted an Instagram welcoming Jen to the family, and there's a lot of comments that I believe he had turned the comments off, but his girlfriend had commented like something about taking his kid to soccer practice, and if he wasn't there, who would have helped the kid with the broken arm? And the excuse was family obligations is what kept him at home. If the family obligation was taking someone to soccer practice, and there was also like, oh, we want to spend time with his family before, I think one of his kids goes to college, something like that. Kids go to college. He just didn't get invited. Like, that's just, I don't know why we have to make up all these things or, oh, he's not there due to obligations. If he was invited to that wedding, he would have been at that wedding, in my opinion. I just don't feel like he was invited. I just feel like Ben and Casey aren't that close anymore, and he probably didn't invite him.
I think soccer practice is a pretty lame excuse to not go to somebody's wedding. Like,
that's why it's like,
think
just
of something a little better.
Just admit that you weren't invited.
Or you don't even have to
or
say
don't
anything
even say
at all.
anything.
Who cares?
Well, unfortunately, he was getting bombarded, I think, like by paparazzi were following him, being like, why aren't you at the wedding?
I don't think they have a good relationship.
I mean,
no, I think people know that.
What?
It's your brother.
No, but
right,
I don't
have
think
a good
they've been.
relationship,
I think they've been strained for the last few years.
Isn't Casey Affleck an asshole?
Yeah, like me too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, like I think he's a bad guy.
Oh, yeah,
so what do you know?
Yeah. So you can't really blame him for maybe not.
And then people were like, why isn't Leah Remini at the wedding?
That was so funny. It was actually came up. I wish I took a screenshot of it. It came up on my timeline last night. It was 2 separate tweets from 2 separate outlets. I think one was like Page 6 and one was Us or something. I don't know, something else. And literally one was Leah Remini not attending J-Lo wedding due to spending time with child going to college. And then the one above it was Casey Affleck. Casey Affleck not at Ben Affleck's wedding due to spending time with kid going to college. It's like, they were like, oh, Leah said she's got a kid going to college. Let's say that too.
Yeah.
Let's say that too. So I did see Dumont had posted a couple things where it's people have been speculating about J-Lo and Leah's friendship for a while because they have always been besties. And of course, I think the easy rumor to go with is now that she's back with Ben, the friendship has been a little strained or just, not a priority. But I do still feel like that was kind of interesting that I'm more intrigued by her not being there than Casey Affleck not being there.
Yeah, I don't care about either of them not being there at all. I really don't.
Oh, J-Lo and Leah Remini I feel like they've had a good female friendship for a very long time.
See, I feel like I didn't know that. And maybe that's why I'm not so
Then it wouldn't affect you. You didn't even know they were friends.
I didn't know that they have this great friendship. And I think that's why I'm like, well, who cares that Leah Remini wasn't there?
Yeah.
But if they do have this great friendship.
I think they've been friends for like 30 years.
She must have some good reason besides soccer practice.
Besides her kid going. I think
maybe her kid was going to college this week.
That's what they said.
It is the time that people are being sent off to college.
Yeah, that's the answer that we're going with. She did not attend Bennifer's Georgia wedding because she was helping her 18-year-old daughter, Sophia, get ready to head off to college.
I think that's a perfectly fine reason to not go.
I believe that one more than I believe that more from Leah than I do Casey Affleck.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I think it's perfectly fine to be like, hey, I really wish I could be there, but my 18-year-old daughter is going off to college and I need to pack her up.
Yeah.
Then you got to get things ready to go to college. It's not just like drop them off. She needs supplies, bedding. Where is she going,
This is
shower supplies.
This article is talking about Leah, and then at the end it says, the Ben Affleck's brother Casey skipped out on their nuptials because he had to take his 14-year-old son Atticus to soccer practice.
Lame excuse.
Atticus, terrible name.
Atticus Finch. Isn't that from To Kill a Mockingbird?
It is.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Thanks.
Who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird?
Oh, frick.
I'm actually blanking as well.
F. Scott Fitzgerald?
No.
What did he write?
He wrote
Gatsby?
He wrote The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
Okay. Got one.
Yeah.
Sure.
Harper Lee wrote.
Harper Lee.
I wouldn't have gotten that one.
I did know that.
Yeah.
Totally did know that. Yeah, there's just... So I guess maybe Casey Affleck... Does Casey Affleck not have a kid going to college and they're just really... Oh, no. Casey Affleck seemingly celebrates his 18-year-old son's college departure. So they must be thinking that way, too. The actor seemingly revealed Monday that his eldest child is moving out. So, I guess people are thinking of that as well. That could be another wrinkle in this. It was funny because there could have been multiple reasons, but his girlfriend commenting that, being like, who would have been at soccer practice if you weren't here? You're a good man, love you. It was like, okay, that probably didn't need to comment that because that's just created an absolute shitstorm of press being like,
just feels fake.
It was like, oh, he didn't go because of soccer practice, but there may have been a bunch of other things at that point. Who knows? Maybe they were both invited and they really did have these family obligations, or maybe Casey Affleck did not get an invite to this one.
His kid didn't have soccer practice.
Just fake soccer practice. The wedding, I'm excited to see more content. I know you can head to onthejlo.com for the exclusive wedding pics, or you wait for like Chris Appleton, her hairstylist. Yes, posted a bunch of her different looks of her different dresses. All equally beautiful, as always. Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. How well would you take care of your car if you had to keep the same one your entire life? Well, that's how our brains work. So why don't we treat them that way? Just like you take it for a tune-up, all those things, or, you're exercising physically to help your body. You got to exercise that mental health as well. And that's why we partner with BetterHelp Online Therapy. There are plenty of ways to support a healthy brain. BetterHelp Online Therapy is one of them. I think therapy is absolutely fantastic. It's a great way to make sure you are taking care of your mental health. Regardless, you could feel, I don't need therapy, or I don't want to do it. It's something that you should try at least once, because I think it really is so important to help take care of yourself in that way and be able to make sure that you are fully taking care of your entire body, mentally and physically. BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat only therapy sessions, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/office. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/office.
Congratulations to Sarah Hyland and Wells Adams, because they officially got married and the wedding looked gorgeous. So many beautiful pictures. Loved what they were both wearing. Wells crying at the altar. Jesse Tyler Ferguson being the one to wed them. Very cute. I thought the whole thing looked really fun. And obviously, we were outsiders looking in, and we would love to have been there, but we didn't quite.
I saw people ask, were you invited?
Yeah, didn't quite get that invite. Didn't quite.
No.
People responded because Devin posted on the story about it, and I saw people respond like, did you guys get the invite? I need to know.
Stop.
I mean, obviously
we're friendly with Wells,
but
so
you're
maybe
friendly with them, but no.
Yeah, but not to be invited to their wedding.
Well, I just think because you've talked openly with Caitlin and Dylan and Hannah.
So you know what I also thought? Yes, but that's a different situation. You know what I did immediately notice, which was very nice, is that they actually got married at the same place that JoJo and Jordan Rogers got married.
Did they?
Yeah. Sunstone Winery in Santa Ynez.
Is that the bachelor spot?
I don't know this. And the Vogue article says the weekend kicked off with a rehearsal dinner in the wine caves at Sunstone Vineyards in Santa Ynez, California. She looked drop dead gorgeous. Her Vera Wang gowns were unbelievable.
I loved her
the
dress.
one with the long train with the sleeves. Ugh, absolutely gorgeous. She looked stunning. The pictures were adorable. Very big bachelor attended wedding. There's a picture of like the whole group shot. Now, if you do look at this group shot, there may be, which I wish I didn't see, but I was looking at the Vogue photos. I'm not going to say the names of the people so I don't ruin anything for those listening, but there may be a Paradise couple, spoiler, in the picture.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And I saw it, and I think I ruined it for myself.
Interesting. I'll have to look myself.
Yeah. So if you haven't...
Or maybe I won't actually, because I didn't look.
If you haven't sought out those pictures, avoid the group shot if you don't want to be potentially spoiled, because they're kind of like right in the front. It's like kind of hard to miss. So it did seem like there was a ton of, like I said, bachelor people, a lot of, I said Nick, Ben, Caitlin, Jason, everybody's significant others, Chris Soules, Chris Harrison, Chris
Harrison was rocking some scruff.
Courtney, Chris Harrison's living the retired life, it feels like. Courtney from Bachelor Winter at Games was there, if anybody remembers him.
Looks like everybody got the invite except us.
There's a lot. And then I loved Vanessa Hudgens' bridesmaid, which we've talked about. The bridesmaid dresses were beautiful. Nina Dobrev and Shaun White were there.
Oh, they were there? I didn't see that.
I saw that.
Yeah.
What a wedding.
Big Modern Family squad was there. It's a very cute picture of Sarah and Ariel Winter. Jesse Tyler Ferguson officiated the wedding.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I would love to.
I did.
In one ear, out the other in that moment.
Usually is. This is
I'd love to live Shaun White's life.
Shaun White's life?
Yeah, I feel like he just has a cool life.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
life.
They seem like they have a great relationship.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely agree on that one. They were missing her. Phil Dunphy was not there. I noticed. I didn't see him in the big group
actually
photo.
was thinking that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not interesting. Phil couldn't make it. Probably had to take his
I
kid
don't
to
know where
soccer
he was.
practice.
What's his name? Ty
Burrell.
Ty Burrell. I was gonna say Ty Pennington.
Yeah. Delayed laugh for that joke. It was funny, and I heard it.
I thought that nobody was going to
Nope,
hear that.
nope,
What
that
was
was
the joke?
funny.
I'm not repeating it.
No, it was funny, but you distracted me by asking what his name is, and I missed the joke,
was
but
your
I
joke?
heard it.
I'm not repeating it.
No, it
Come
just
on.
you
You
missed
can go
it.
back and listen when you edit the podcast.
When you listen back, you'll laugh because that was a good one.
Thank
and I
you.
appreciated that one.
Thank you.
Also, this was a Mindy Weiss production. Her events are as good as it gets. She does all the Kardashians parties and weddings and whatnot. It's been a long time coming. The picture of Wells that he posted crying was very sweet. So I'm very, a lot of good love. Love conquers all,
Sure does.
as they say. The pictures are beautiful. It looked like an absolutely stunning wedding. I'm
Thrilled for
jealous. I'm jealous that now there's been 2 Bachelor adjacent weddings at this location, and I want to go to a wedding here now. Somebody I know needs to get married in this place. It looks absolutely stunning.
If you're looking for a new way to fall asleep or be turned on, look no further than Dipsea. Dipsea is an audio app full of short, sexy stories designed to turn you on. Each Dipsea audio story features characters that feel like real people and immersive scenarios, so you feel like you're right there. You can listen to stories about hooking up with your hometown crush you never made a move on, or a coworker, who knows, whatever you're into. They release new content every single week, so there's always more to explore, and no matter who you are or what turns you on, there is something for you at Dipsea. If you need to wind down, Dipsea also has wellness sessions, sensual bedtime stories, and soundscapes to help you relax before you drift off or get off. I don't know, whichever way you're going with that. For listeners of the show, Dipsea is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipseastories.com/chicks. That's DIPSEA stories.com/chicks.
Harry Styles was on the cover of Rolling Stone. It's a great interview. It's long. I read the whole thing. I would say there wasn't as many revelatory moments. I think he does really, the more you read his interviews and see press and whatnot, he's open with really keeping everything close to his chest at the same time. So
yes. He's very open about
very
not
good at
revealing
that.
a lot.
And I even think the interviewer referred to that sometimes, where it's like, even though he is such a public figure, he really does keep a lot of his personal stuff private. He will openly talk about professional stuff, but the personal stuff, which is totally fine. I think a lot of the quotes that got pulled were him saying, he's never had a public relationship. Just because somebody takes a picture of me doesn't mean it's a public relationship.
I disagreed with him on that.
Yeah. I get where he was coming from, but
I think it was worded wrong.
Yeah.
If you walk out into public with somebody,
You know you're gonna get photographed
it's
Right.
probably
when
right.
you're on his level.
right.
Francesca Mariano and Joe Riley, a public relationship,
public relationship, but you do not post him.
No, but it's a public relationship.
Yes, it's not a secret.
Yeah. It's not as
Well,
it's not.
I think because I understand
not
private.
talk about him on
Right.
this show because it's not a public relationship.
Yeah.
Like, people know that
He's more
it's a
of
couple.
a private relationship kind of guy,
yes.
but his relationships are public.
Yeah.
When he's walking around with them,
Right.
holding hands, you
Right.
are walking in what they call the public.
2 public figures
And when it's like
might equal public
more than
relationship.
once, like people aren't gonna say like one time you're seen. When you've seen with
Yeah,
Olivia Wilde a million times.
I do understand his frustration though. Like, what is he supposed to do? Never leave his house with Olivia Wilde? You know, if he,
I think it's.
But
he
also
has
it's
to,
like,
he has to go out in public.
is he acknowledging that they are dating? Like,
She's in the
'cause it's like,
she's
in
in
the
the
are-
article.
She's in the interview.
No, I'm saying it's like
Yeah,
you
so
are in a
he
relationship.
is-
You are both
They're
famous.
in a relationship, but he will. It's not like this is I'm now going to talk about my relationship with Olivia Wilde. That's never gonna happen.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of celebrities don't talk about their relationship.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
That's.
I think it was
it's
worded.
normal.
I understood what he was saying, but I think
Yeah.
it was worded weird.
Yeah.
But I did understand what he was saying. In terms of like, he doesn't post pictures on Instagram with her.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it. Like, he's not openly being like, "Hey, look at me and my girlfriend."
Right.
Like,
Right.
whatever.
I think that's fair. I guess it just depends on how you define a public relationship.
Yeah. When
Is-
we
is
can
it like
talk
public-
on and about that, but I think
Right,
there's
is
just
it
so many different
Public
ways.
means does public mean because you openly talk about it and give content to the world, or is it like the people in your world know that you're a couple? You're not keeping your relationship a secret.
Yeah, I was so I did not think that came out the right way for
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
I knew, but I think people should know what he means.
Yeah.
But I just think it wasn't worded the right
Yeah.
way. He talked about how he was gutted to miss Love Island this season, which I very much enjoyed.
Yeah, I hope he got to catch up.
Um,
He also, they also spoke about Twitter a little bit and the crazy fandom and that concept
yeah.
of the corner of the internet that absolutely takes down somebody that's important to him and how he feels about that. And he was kind of like, yeah, I mean, that obviously isn't good.
I think Olivia Wilde had a very political,
Yeah.
correct answer
totally.
to that.
Totally.
She was like, I think that his fans are champions of kindness.
He's just like, most of them are.
No,
and then
most of them are.
there's-
She really made sure that she wasn't talking down on the people on Twitter.
Yeah.
Harry a little bit more talked down to the people on Twitter. Olivia made sure she did not talk down on the people on Twitter.
Yeah. And it's fair for him in that position. It's got to be really hard because he sees what's going on. He doesn't want to address it because he doesn't want to make it a whole big thing. But like he said, it doesn't make him feel good that this happens. He also talked about how it's just a crazy phenomenon where he could be on a second date where you're talking about these things that you would never be talking about, and it's like, okay, just want to prepare you that this could happen with with these people in this way, and it won't be good, but you got to ignore it. Like, he's like, that's a very weird feeling.
Yeah, it definitely is, and probably not the easiest conversation to have every single time you're dating somebody new. Seems like his relationship though is going well, even though that he doesn't want that to be the focus. He finished Harry's house while he was about to go on tour for Fine Line.
Seems like he's already working on new music,
which I am excited about. I always welcome new music from Harry, and I think Not Skinny But Not Fat pointed this out on her Instagram, which I thought I would have never picked up on this observation, but I'm glad she did. And she said that she wished we got something different from Harry in these photos because it's all stuff we've seen from him before, right? It's him.
Yeah, it's
right?
his style.
It's his style. So you would hope that somebody feels comfortable shooting in their own style. But I did understand what she was saying. Like,
mix it up.
Let's see something new.
Yeah.
I would have never thought of that. But once she said it, I was like, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Would have
yeah.
loved to see something different from him. Although this is his style. And how often did we see something different from like Elton John, whose style was
Right.
very out there? When someone has a very distinct style, Harry Styles is one of those people. So
Yeah,
for him
definitely.
to stray away from it would just be interesting to see.
Definitely. It was, he just kind of talked about how it's still so crazy for him that he plays these shows and the level of excitement and the
I love
noise.
the
and
post-show shower talk.
post-show shower that he has to kind of wash it all away. He said it felt like he talked about the One Night Only show at
Long Island.
UBS
Yes.
that I was at.
Mm-hmm.
And they referred to when he played As It Was again to end the show, and everybody was singing and it was crazy, and he said he kind of had to go off stage where it was like, that was insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these crazy moments that you just have to sit in silence for a little bit to get back to equilibrium. And yeah, the post show shower, Sounds like a great shower.
It sounds like a great idea. Wash it all away.
Yeah.
So there's nothing more just like bare, like
Yeah.
just being naked in the shower, washing it all away, which honestly feels like probably, like you said, sit in silence, shower. I'd probably cry.
Yeah. But he really just seems so kind, especially with the people who interview him and are following him around for stories and stuff. Like, she wrote that he recalls moments from 10 years ago of meeting for the first time as part of One Direction, and like conversations that were had. He seems very considerate. And
he does, and he
open
seems
with his time, willing to give people willing to answer questions and talk to people and be focused on what's in front of him.
He seems very down to earth as well, which is always nice to see from people this famous.
Yeah.
Controversial that they called him the new king of pop. Michael Jackson's nephew didn't like that.
Yeah.
Said he said no diss to Harry Styles. He's mega talented, but give him his own unique title. I don't disagree with that, because I don't think Harry Styles is the king of pop.
I don't think there is a king of pop.
I don't, right? Because why wouldn't you be calling Justin Bieber that? When Justin Bieber Bieber's very famous. He's not putting out music as frequently as he once was, but wouldn't you call Justin Bieber that then, in the same sense of like Harry
You
Styles?
just call
like
Harry
king of
Styles
pop?
a rock star.
Right. Like it just, I did kind of understand like the king of pop, the new king of pop. And I'm not like defending Michael Jackson here. I just not like that. And more just
it's more it's more buzzy. I think they just did.
It's
did
more
it
like,
for...
does the title fit him?
Yeah.
Harry Styles is just much more relevant than Bieber right now. Because like, could Bieber do what he's doing right now and sell out MSG for a month straight with this amount of like hype?
Yes.
No, I don't think he could. No, I really don't.
Really?
Think about like just walking by MSG.
My last night was
insane.
crazy.
But he's doing this for a month straight, and like,
I do think Bieber's
been here for like two nights.
Yeah,
and it hasn't been this level of like, oh my god.
I don't know. I think I do kind of agree with Noah a little bit, only because with the last, and I don't know how much with this tour that Justin's been on how it's been going. I just remember pre-pandemic he was having issues with ticket sales.
They did have to change the stadiums.
Harry Styles has a broader reach for some like his music.
Yeah, right now he's definitely more relevant for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's like,
I mean, music wise, yes, they're like Harry Styles is constantly putting out new music, and let's also remember here
the type of music too.
And he's been touring for forever, it seems. Like it felt like things opened up and he started touring again, and he's just been nonstop doing shit.
I also think Harry Styles is at his beginning of his career. Even though he's been around for so long, it feels more like the beginning, whereas Justin Bieber feels more like the end.
You think Justin Bieber's at the end of his career?
I don't think he's at the end of his career, but he's definitely not at his peak.
Damn.
Don't you, I think Harry Styles, just from what I've seen, I've never seen Bieber in concert, but like he seems to have like more of a stage presence.
That is unfair to say.
Justin Bieber's a great dancer.
That's what I'm saying. That's unfair to say.
But I've seen videos.
No, but that's unfair to say as if you've never seen him in concert.
It's also a different concert.
You can't make a
where,
statement like that if you actually never seen the other
Harry
person.
Styles has a live band, right? Does Bieber have a band with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for some moments, like there's.
I'm just trying to picture him playing like Yummy, and it's like I can't.
Yeah, well, it's different.
It's different.
Justin
music.
Bieber has incredible stage presence.
Yeah.
I have seen him in concert many
I've seen him
times.
Do, like, this dance.
And he puts on a really good show too.
Do you not agree that Justin Bieber's past his peak? I'm just curious because I don't feel one way or the other on that.
I don't think so.
I just don't see him putting out like
his
greatest hits. Like I think he's already put out his greatest hits.
I feel like
I think that was. I think he is past putting out like his greatest hits.
Who knows
ever.
if he'll put out a great album?
I think every song he puts out is going to be a hit because he's Justin Bieber. But like in terms of like when we look back at Justin Bieber's career, years and years and years from now, it'll be like Purpose was like Justin Bieber's peak.
Yeah. I just.
That's like John Mayer can put out great music, but he peaked like 10 years ago. Like
I just don't want to. Like count anybody out to having.
I'm not counting him out.
But like Noah, you don't think John Mayer is incapable of putting out a phenomenal album?
He is, but I think you're also talking about just like overall. Like he could put out one of his best albums ever next year, but he's already like peaked as an artist.
I mean, like people know, everybody knows him already
in terms of like his world, like being relevant
It's not going to get...
He's not going to be as big as he'll never come close to what he was 10 years ago.
Right.
Well, I think it's not going to get bigger.
And Bieber will never be as big as he was when he was a kid. But that doesn't mean that's when he peaked.
Bieber is so... Everybody fucking knows who Justin Bieber is. It almost can't get bigger. That's what I mean by that. Like, he's reached peak stardom.
We also started so young, which changes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, age-wise, he is around Harry Styles' age, but it was just different timing.
People are still discovering Harry Styles. Mm-hmm. You know, he's still gaining new fans.
Yeah. It's just different.
I don't remember ever, like, someone as big as Harry Styles. Like, as he is right now, it just seems like no one is coming close to, like, his level of like, stardom.
I don't know. Britney Spears.
Yeah, I mean, but even then, like that's...
Some of these female
I think
pop
there's
stars
plenty
have
of
been
people.
pretty
Dua Lipa.
massive.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like every show Harry Styles does is like an event.
Well, it is.
His fans are very dedicated to making an event as well, like dressing up and doing the whole thing. Yeah.
Like Dua Lipa has done MSG shows. Bieber's done, like, it doesn't feel like the city shuts down almost, you know?
Yeah, I guess they just...
And it's like, where is he in New York?
It's just a different atmosphere. Also, when you have such a dedicated fan base, I almost give... Like, that almost falls into more credit to the girls that are constantly buying tickets and camping out for these shows, and less on the actual artists sometimes. Like, Harry Styles has this culture of buying seats for like Pit and people doing all those things. I do feel like if other artists had that, it might be different.
Like, but that's because of...
Well, it's because of his shows, but it's also like... It's also just because they'll do anything he says.
But they wouldn't do that for like Louis or like someone else to that level.
No. It's there is a crazy culture around going to his concerts that is not similar to...
And I think it's like the way he interacts with the fans. Like, you see those videos like after every show, like going up to people. I'm looking for tickets right now, honestly. I've been like looking. They're insane. I'm
going September 7th. No, but it's insane, and he obviously changed his tour schedule because, and also think about his shows like this too. He is only doing certain cities for this tour because of his schedule and whatnot. So there's so many shows in one place instead of 2 shows in a 60 different cities. So it's like there are way more people traveling to come see these shows in New York.
That's
because
true.
They're not like
from other states.
Yeah, like a girl in Tennessee could be flying to the New York show to go see New York shows because he's not performing anywhere close to there on this tour. Mm-hmm. Or to wherever, Chicago or wherever you pick out of the limited locations he's going to. I think that also plays a big factor too. But his show is absolutely spectacular, and I can't wait. I can't wait to go back on. I'll be there September 7th. So
you were so early on the Harry Styles train because I remember like it was 2017, like 2017 or 2018.
I went to his like first
tour.
Yeah,
and I think like. You weren't like involved in that at that point.
No, I went to his first tour at MSG for his first album. It was a great show.
Great guy.
Yep. Big news for Love Island UK. Laura Whitmore has quit being the host of the show. Kind of surprising.
Can we just be honest and say the host doesn't matter at all?
The host
does not matter.
The host in seasons past, I feel like, has been much more involved, and now it doesn't feel that way. I feel like we saw Laura Whitmore like 4 times during the show. Now the thing is, she does do much more after show stuff that we like don't watch. There's After Sun and all those things that are on in the UK that I feel like if you're not, I'm there. Of course, some people do watch all those, but she is very heavily involved in the show commentary.
Right.
when you watch the actual show, you see her 3 or 4 times.
Exactly. It's like the host doesn't even exist. It's just the phones. The phone is the host. I wouldn't be shocked if they just went forward with no host and then had somebody host the After Sun or something like that, which I think would be the smart decision because truly the host does not matter on that show.
Yeah. She wrote, some news, I won't be hosting the next series of Love Island. There are current, I can't read. There are certain elements of the show I found very difficult that cannot be changed, some due to the format, including the flying back and forth to South Africa, along with my new conflicting projects. I wish it was still possible, but know you'll be in safe hands. I was only planning to fill in for Caroline for a series, and it turned into 3 series. I hope I did you proud, Caroline. It's a very nice message. I do think this next, it's funny, we say season and they say series. The new series of Winter Love Island will be filmed in South Africa. So I do understand where she's saying if there were other commitments, it's probably hard to just move for 2 months to be used for 3 episodes when you have other stuff going on and things like that, which I'm guessing is kind of what she's alluding to by saying that there are elements of the show that she's found difficult that cannot be changed, some due to the format. And maybe, I don't know, maybe she just also has some complaints within the show that
it didn't sound like a loving goodbye.
Yeah, it was like they've come to some disagreement, and maybe they said you if you're gonna do it, you have to be in South Africa the whole time. You can't be going back and forth, and even going back and forth is definitely not easy. That's not a quick trip.
No.
So I can see where that could come to an end. And like she said, she never thought it would last this long. And I would imagine it open up a lot of other doors for her. As long as we can keep Ian Sterling, her husband, I'm good to go.
I agree with that. I think if he ever left, we'd have a huge problem.
Yeah, I love him. I really do. I think he's great.
Other than that, I think it's going to be okay.
He's made Love Island USA so much better. He really has. Yeah. And the Love Island UK recap will be on Friday's episode. Don't kill us.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're gonna do it for Friday. 100%.
Yeah, it will be on Friday.
No, it will.
I'm joking.
It will be.
I'm saying 100% so that we do it. 100%. Love Island UK recap will be on Friday's episode.
Nobody's ever gonna believe us.
I know. I'm really sorry, but we are gonna do it because we said we would, and we are.
We are.
Everlywell is digital healthcare designed for you, all at an affordable and transparent price. With over 30 at-home lab tests, you'll be able to choose the test that makes the most sense for you to get the answers you need, like the Women's Health Test or Food Sensitivity Test. The Everlywell Women's Health Test measures 11 biomarkers known to play a role in your overall health and wellness and checks for any abnormal levels that may be keeping you from feeling your best. It's so easy. Here's how it works. To take your at-home lab test, you collect your sample and use the included prepaid shipping label to mail your test back to a certified lab. Your physician-reviewed results get sent to your phone or device in just days, and you can share the results with your primary care physician to help guide next steps. It is really easy. If I had to pick, I think both these tests are great. You get to learn a lot about yourself. Food sensitivity test is great if you ever feel like maybe you've been eating something that has been upsetting your stomach. You're not sure why. Everlywell can give you some answers. And for listeners of the show, Everlywell is offering a special discount of 20% off an at-home lab test at everlywell.com/chicks. That's everlywell.com/chicks for 20% off your next at-home lab test. everlywell.com/chicks.
All right, everyone, let's get into the Bachelorette recap. We're joined by Trent. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your service.
Nope, that one I don't want. But the one before that I'll take.
Okay.
I'm just
stolen valor.
I'm just a civilian.
Podcast.
I'm a civilian.
Yeah, I just meant thank you for your service for this podcast. I didn't mean
I love this podcast.
You actually just took it in a way that I was complimenting you and I wasn't.
It felt, I just, like Fran said, I don't want to be accused of stolen valor.
Okay.
I'm excited to be here.
Then fuck you.
This is, I'm interested to see what we talk about with this Bachelorette episode because this season has been interesting.
Boring, in my opinion.
Last night I thought we got with Tyler, and I know we're going to get into it. That was by far the most interesting part of this season, but overall it's been a little bit of a grind.
It's funny, I wouldn't qualify it as boring. I would say it's a weird format and I feel like it's lacking substance.
Juice.
Like it's lacking some really good drama because we have to go through everything so fast. But I have been entertained at most points, I think.
Certainly interested in how they're.
It gets a little slower at this point.
But it's slow, but it's
But there's
not
still so many guys.
because we're doing
Guys.
double time because there's 2 bachelorettes
Right.
where it
There's
is
never
going
been
slow.
7 hometowns.
And we've never had a hometown that just got pushed to the next episode.
Yeah.
Which we did with Avon.
Yeah, that was.
So it's all very
that's true.
strange.
That was wild. So the it's fully hometowns. They are traveling for the first time in multiple seasons now to these people's real hometowns, not just faking it or having some parents come travel, whatever it is.
Yep.
Now they're actually able to travel these places. So Gabby had 3 hometowns. Rachel had 4, even though, like you said, Trent, we missed one there. They just couldn't seem to squeeze it into the 2 hours that we have for a show. And most of the hometowns were successful. We can run through them. They started off with Jason. They were in New Orleans. Trent, you love New Orleans.
I do love New Orleans. I like
Tell us
having.
about New Orleans.
I just have a newfound love for it. We went down there for the Zurich Classic, which is a golf tournament down in New Orleans, and we were there for the
your
whole
golf podcast.
for the golf podcast that I do. And there was we were down there for the Barstool Sportsbook, and we stayed there the whole week. And I had never been there, but I loved it. It ended up being one of my favorite cities that we've ever been to. The food is insane. Has anybody else been to New Orleans?
I have, but I was young, early years of high school, either freshman or sophomore year of high school. So I really didn't
Why
experience.
did you attend?
Why did I attend?
Yeah.
I did a Habitat for Humanity trip in summer in high school.
Wow, I honestly thought that was really nice when kids did that in high school. I
yeah.
never did, but I thought it was great when other people did.
I did, and we were in another area we were in Mississippi, actually, I think. But then we had gone to New Orleans for like a little trip at the end of it.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful, but really didn't get to experience it the way most people do.
I highly recommend going back as an adult.
Yeah.
And just for the food. Like, I would literally just plan a trip there just to go eat the food.
What's like their most famous food?
Crawfish.
I remember you posting that. Yeah.
A lot of that.
Gumbo?
Gumbo.
I love gumbo.
A lot of Cajun food, like Cajun side seasoned
Music.
food.
Yeah.
Great music. Bourbon Street is a scene. Like I feel like I'm a little too old. When I was down there, I was like, holy shit, this is overwhelming. But there's just great restaurants all around. I loved it.
Is it similar to Nashville in that sense of like the strip?
Yeah, it's Broadway feels more. I mean, it's people have been going there not as long as people have been going to New Orleans. New Orleans feels like it's a bit grimier, is the way I would describe it.
Edgier.
Yeah, but it's great. Live music.
Spookier. Ghosts. A lot of ghosts in New Orleans.
Are there?
Yeah.
What?
Well, now I
yeah.
don't want to go back.
What do you mean?
Like New Orleans is one of those places where you can go on like the ghost walks and things like that.
Yeah.
Haunted
Have
walks.
you ever seen the movie Beast of the
night
Southern
walks.
Wild?
No.
Nope.
Fantastic movie. It's
Yeah.
Louisiana.
Maria, what were you gonna say?
Did you do the Habitat for Humanity out of the greatness of your heart? Were your friends doing it?
friends
Did your
did it.
parents tell you to do it? Why did you do it?
My friends did it. It was a church trip. I was very involved with church leadership. I was like,
Really?
Were you in the
Yeah.
youth group?
I was a retreat leader, and for like we got confirmed our junior year of high school, and junior and senior year.
Wait, you did confirmation your junior
Yeah,
year
it's
of
late.
high school?
Seems
late.
really late.
I did
Really late.
confirmation in 7th grade.
Yeah, really
I
late.
think I did it in like 4th grade.
Yeah.
No, that communion 2nd grade.
Ah.
Confirmation was like around
No,
7th.
it's definitely later than most places. We
What?
did it really late. So
That's
junior and senior
crazy.
year, I like was a retreat leader, led the younger high school
that
kids.
makes a lot more sense.
And so but it was like in order to do those things, there was like trips. You could say like, oh, to go through the requirements of being confirmed, you could sign up for these trips and things like that. So my friends and I did Habitat for
yeah,
Humanity.
that is true.
Yeah.
Were you concerned that it was just out of the goodness of her heart?
No, she
knew
she
it
probably
wasn't.
thought I was just like just trying to
course it wasn't.
padding my resume. No, it's
No,
like,
I just knew there had to be more to the story because
Yes.
I know that people listening like, oh my god, Fran, she did Habitat for Humanity.
It's
It's
it was a group
there's
thing.
there's more to that.
There's a group thing. A lot of cute boys went too.
Really?
Yeah.
So it sounds like you had a lot of ulterior motives.
No, there wasn't really a lot of ulterior motives. It was still
It was
for
a friends.
church.
Yeah, friends, travel.
I went to youth
Cute
group
boys.
on
Resume
on
for
some
college.
Sundays just because my friends were going.
Yeah.
But not a lot of Sundays did I go, by the way.
So Jason's in New Orleans, and they spend time with his dad and his family. His dad is by himself, and he brings flowers and beignets for Gabby, which was very nice. He seemed like a very sweet man.
Loved
Beignets are
that.
great.
Yeah, that was very sweet. They were tossing beads out to the crowd, laughing, having fun, and then they went to see his mom and his sister. Yes,
Yeah.
because his sister looked like Kelly Flanagan.
Yes.
She did.
She did. And got to speak to Gabby. This was probably, I would say, the date that went. Zach's went really well too. But for Gabby, and now I'm thinking that the other ones went pretty well. But this one went really well, it seemed. Like from the parent perspective. The mom, dad, sister, they all really liked Gabby, it seemed.
Yeah, I mean, Jason's mom burst into tears when she saw Jason, but yeah, she's very open to the idea of an engagement or of finding love, and was like to the point where she was saying, don't let distractions ruin this whole thing.
You normally get the parents that are on the other side who are very nervous about the whole thing. They want their kid to make sure they're absolutely certain, don't do anything too crazy. But Jason's mom was like, don't fuck this up by not proposing at the end.
Yeah, she's very open to it.
Yeah, that was something that was different because Jason did say he couldn't see himself proposing, which valid. Jason seems like a regular guy. Normal.
And you know what? Gabby is normal.
Yeah.
Gabby is normal in the respect that I don't think she's gonna be expecting an engagement at the end of this. I don't think that's like a make or break thing for her. So her and Jason could have a real future.
I hope even if they date at the end too, and I like that Gabby asked his mom, like, do you think we're kind of too different in a way? And she was like, no, I think that's why it would work. You guys would be great together. That's what I had felt that way this whole time watching them. So we'll see. Maybe it'll work out. Or maybe they all say we're not ready to get engaged, and maybe Gabby feels differently. But that was definitely a good date. Rachel and Zach went to, I can't remember where Zach is from. Anything? Anybody? California?
That is what I was going to say.
Maybe. I could just throw that out there.
Man, we start traveling to these places again, and I don't know where they're going.
Right. It's like, where are these people from?
It's like they're not just at the resort in New Mexico anymore.
Yeah. Exactly. They have to actually travel to these places. So let's see. Rachel goes to. Oh, this doesn't even say.
They've never had someone from outside the country as a contestant, have they? Ever?
In terms of a hometown?
Yeah.
Not that I can recall.
That would be interesting.
I think it was California.
That would be my guess as well, but
Where does Patrick Warburton live?
Yeah. Yeah, that would definitely make the most sense.
Everybody else?
California.
Okay.
Anaheim. Got
Anaheim.
it. Yeah, it makes sense.
The Angels.
Yep, Anaheim. And that is, Zach has kind of a bigger family, I would say, waiting than a lot of the other dates. Parents, maybe a sibling, a cousin, or aunt and uncle. That was Patrick Warburton, Uncle Pat.
Yeah.
As he called him endearingly.
Yeah.
He didn't really do much. He was just kind of there. It felt like.
I guess I don't know what I wanted him to do.
Yeah.
Like, what do I want out of Patrick Warburton?
Right, what was our ideal situation there? He didn't do much.
She had the post-credit scene.
He did.
Yeah, but that didn't even make the episode.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He didn't give what they wanted him to give.
But I don't know what the expectation is.
Right.
Like, Patrick Warburton's not a stand-up comedian where he's going to be like, here we go, let's do this. He's a comedic actor and a voice actor. Like, he's just, I'm Patrick Warburton.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want from me. I got
right.
a deep voice.
Honestly, we gave him too high of expectations.
I
think that was on us. I think everyone else, I didn't actually even see anybody online reacting the way we were reacting about him being there.
He's
In
just
the
Uncle
excitement?
Pat.
Yeah, like nobody was like,
Oh.
oh my God,
No,
it's
totally.
Patrick, whatever.
Yeah. Correct.
He's Uncle Pat.
Correct.
Patrick,
He's just
whatever
Uncle-
Burton.
He's just Uncle Pat to Zach. He's just Uncle Pat to us. That's how I feel
Normal
now.
guy. They live
just-
a normal life.
They just match each other's voice in terms of base level.
Yeah, he clearly got his voice from his uncle, I would say, Zach. So they have a great date. It's nothing really too crazy. I think Zach like pulled back to the conversation with the watching the planes and had good conversation with the family. Zach tells Rachel he's falling in love with her, which she seems very happy about, but she doesn't say it back to him, which she doesn't need to. And then Gabby has a date with Johnny in Florida.
Yep.
They're in
Palm
Beach, West Palm, somewhere in that area, I believe, is where Johnny is from. And I talked about this on Cutting Stems, but this date was just kind of boring to me. Gabby and Johnny kind of bore me. I don't.
You guys have been down on Johnny.
I like Johnny. I just,
Not for Gabby.
yeah, like I just don't see the connection. In my mind, Jason and Eric are so far ahead of Johnny that I'm like, Johnny didn't even need to get a hometown date.
You hate Johnny.
I don't hate Johnny.
Tyler.
I don't hate Johnny at all. I really don't hate Johnny.
Get ready, because Johnny's going to be on Paradise.
Johnny will. I feel like he'll definitely be. He's funny though. Like I thought he was funny in his last one-on-one date with Gabby. So he's entertaining, but I just don't think there's anything there with Gabby.
Jason and Eric are certainly better fits for
I
Gabby.
think so too. And then after that, things kind of take a turn for dates. That was 3 dates, right? Yes.
Yeah.
And so then after that, we have Rachel's date with Tyler. So let's get into that. But first,
Apparently, we live in a land of junk sleep. That means you're not getting the sleep you deserve or want. You wake up, your neck is feeling all crooked, your back hurts, you're complaining. That's what I like to call junk sleep. And what does Mattress Firm help you with that? They help you unjunk your sleep. There's always a mattress out there that will fit you and your needs and your sleep habits that are right for you, and not just some random mattress that's going to junk up your sleep. So look no further than Mattress Firm. You can head to a Mattress Firm store, or you can talk to a sleep expert, or you can look online. Mattress Firm is here to help you find the mattress that is perfect for you, and so you no longer wake up feeling exhausted. Mattress Firm guarantees that they'll find the right bed for you at the right price with their low price guarantee, and they'll even let you try it for 120 nights to be sure. So if you're not happy after that, get yourself a new mattress. To unjunk your sleep, go to mattressfirm.com or a Mattress Firm store today and speak with a sleep expert to help you out.
welcome to Wildwood. They're at the Jersey Shore. They're on the boardwalk. Weather could have been a little nicer, it seems. Rachel looked real cold.
Wasn't the temp for the Jersey
No.
Shore.
What's the Jersey Shore window in terms of when you want to be there?
Wildwood.
Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Memorial Day to Labor Day. I mean, that is the classic summer schedule. You
Okay.
could probably go a little bit earlier in May. It might still be cold.
Because when were they there? March?
Yeah, April probably, I think.
That seems no bueno.
Yes, it still looked. You get some cold days, but you also get September's really nice down there too. So if you can milk it for a little bit longer. But they were definitely there too early.
Okay.
Everything was still closed.
Right.
I think they had to open up the Wildwood
Tyler had to open
boardwalk.
up shop.
Tyler
Yes.
was physically with
Yeah.
the chains and the
Correct.
whole thing.
He had to open up his game for Rachel to play.
And then the worst thing ever happened. She met his friends.
Yeah.
It just really seemed like that
No,
was
it
what-
really did seem like that's what kicked it into gear of Rachel being like, this is not for me.
They all ate pizza together, and she was like, I'm out.
She looked around. She said in her interview, she's like, I don't know. I met all of his friends. It's just a lot. She was like, I met all of his friends. It's just a lot. I'm supposed to meet his family. Like, it's just she clearly popped.
She didn't like the friends.
No.
She didn't like any part.
She didn't like the
She didn't like
vibe
any
of-
part of the Wildwood Boardwalk.
Yeah, no.
No,
It
she
wasn't
kept
for her.
comparing it to her other hometowns, being like, I just feel different. It's like,
Yeah.
boy, Tyler, bud, I'm sorry.
And sadly, I do think, like, unfortunately, going. Oh my goodness, God bless.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
I do think that you probably don't gain a lot of sexual chemistry by being on the boardwalk. I know that is a classic date, a young person date. You know, you go to the carnival,
Well, the place has gotta
ride
be
the
open.
rides. Place has got to be open for
Yeah.
sure. Maybe a little bit warmer.
Right, like if I'm gonna
Outside.
win, like if you're on a date and you're gonna win someone a teddy
Yeah.
bear,
Yeah.
the place has got to be open. I don't think they had teddy
Tumbleweeds
bears.
rolling by.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just like it wasn't. I agree with what you're saying, but in that time of year, there's just nothing going on.
I'll actually say there's nothing more depressing than being in a supposedly warm place when it's cold.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you've ever gone to the Hamptons when it's cold outside or to a beach town when it's cold outside, it's so depressing.
I disagree
like a good
sometimes.
beach when
I
it's
like
cold.
it. Yeah. Not cold, not December cold.
No,
but
I
like
think it's
October
genuinely
cold.
like gloomy and depressing and empty.
I like it.
For the golf show, we went out to Arizona and we were playing around and it was raining. And it's Arizona gets 2 days of rain.
It doesn't
a year.
rain in Arizona.
It doesn't. And we were there and we're like, this. Like we were saying is like, this is stupid. I'm supposed to be sunny here.
Yeah.
And now it's raining.
But if
I
you
just think there's something about going to
if you go to the Jersey Shore when it's March, you know it's not going to be warm.
right, but I'm
out.
saying there's something eerie about that. There's a weird feeling that it gives me.
I like the cold breeze on the beach.
Yeah, no, going to the beach when it's cold outside can be very nice. That's not what I'm saying.
I love being in Martha's Vineyard when it's cold.
I'm done.
I love being on the Cape when it's
I'm
cold.
not explaining this any further.
I know what you mean.
Thank you. I don't think it's a hard concept to grasp.
No. But like, are there? Because there's like we're on like so Iowa. The weather there is it's warm sometimes, and then it's winter sometimes.
Yeah,
those places aren't like
you could be there at any time of the year because you know that it's warm in the summer and then it gets cold.
Yeah,
Well, that's usually how it is.
But like the Hamptons and Montauk,
But that's how the Hamptons are.
yeah, it gets so crowded in the summer though. Like I'm saying that is a hot spot in the summer.
You're talking more people.
I'm just talking in general.
But
going there is it? Yeah, like it's not lively. It's depressing.
Right, there's more activity in the summer.
Yeah. It's depressing to be there if you're like not going to completely be isolated alone.
Fair. I get what you're saying.
Maybe I just have some bad memories.
I think
Yeah,
you do.
I get what you're saying, but there is sometimes also something that is very peaceful about going out there like in November and nobody's there, but you're with your family or friends or significant other or something, and you kind of have the whole place to yourself.
Yeah,
You
what
go to
is-
whatever restaurant you want.
what is
It's
Montauk
different.
like
Take
in
a walk on
November?
the beach. It's beautiful.
really.
Yeah,
Cold.
Even the vineyard.
chilly.
I just never thought. I think of it as
That's my favorite to
That's
go
why
up
I
there in
feel
the
like
cold.
it's- Yeah, and there's not that many people there.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's such a summer.
Why don't I just leave?
I think we all got on the same page eventually.
I very
think
much
Rhea.
understand there, and there is also something that is depressing when you go and you think something's going to be open, but they're closed for the season. Because
Yes.
places closed for the season, like how we saw on the Wildwood Boardwalk.
Yeah.
Everything was boarded up.
Tell me that date didn't look so depressing.
No, it did. I could not agree more. It did. It didn't. Like I just said, it did nothing to help their
But you
sexual
could have
chemistry.
a romantic date when it's like raining, and that makes it extra. Like a bad weather could make it good. I think they just,
but
in the
warm,
right
but
setting.
warm rain. When it's cold and raining,
on a hot summer
yeah.
day and you get caught in the rain.
yeah,
But
that's
like-
romantic.
How about like in the snow? It's snowing. It's
Oh,
cold.
that's romantic. So
So it can be cold.
No, but I'm 40 degrees and raining. Pass.
I mean, yeah.
right, that's like let's just get the fuck inside.
Yeah.
But it's summer, hot summer's day. All of a sudden, a shower comes.
Yeah,
sun shower.
Yeah, sun
the-
shower,
like-
rainbow.
like The Notebook, which you've never seen.
Well, I've seen that scene.
Have you?
You've never seen the Notebook?
No, not in its entirety. I've seen the biggest scenes, and he's like, "What do you want to eat?" Or no, no, that's a meme. That's a meme that they use it where he's like, "What do you want?"
I want to sit here
What
and
do you
watch
want?
you recite the biggest scenes
Yeah.
from the Notebook.
He's like,
I don't remember
know.
the "What do you want to
No,
eat"
no, no,
scene. Do you?
I know. I was
The
like,
scene- the scene is-
must have missed that one.
The scene is, "What do
Deleted
you
scene?
want?" And she's like, "I don't know." And he's like, "What do you want?" And people say like, when you ask your girlfriend like what she wants to eat.
So you
He's
really
like-
you only know The Notebook in context of memes.
Yes.
You just said, "I know the biggest scenes. What do you want to eat?"
That's that movie. That movie will rip your heart right out of your chest.
What do you want to eat? She
And like
yells.
when he comes off the boat, they're near the water, and he's like, "I've written you, right? Isn't that the movie? I've written you letters
Every day.
every
yeah.
day."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I
I
don't know.
asked you what you want to eat.
What an absolute butchering of a movie.
I've written you every day and said, "What do you want to eat?"
And the mom doesn't like her. Never mind.
Okay, all right. We're moving on from this.
God, I need you to try to do the whole movie like
Rhea,
that.
there's just a little, I don't know if it's something, but it's you're going to notice it.
I quit. What is on me? Really, just
I don't know. I don't see.
It's
it.
on the other side of your face.
Oh, okay.
I don't see anything.
Do you see it? That little thing?
It's a pimple,
Is it a
Fran.
pimple? Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was I thought it was.
It's just straight up a pimple.
I thought it was just like skin that was.
No, it's a little tiny pimple.
Oh no! There you go.
What's on your face?
There was a little pimple that I had to scratch off.
You scratched it.
Okay.
Now I can't see
Well,
it.
I'll point out at all of your flaws next.
Now I can't see it. I thought it was a little like skin.
This reminds me of a traumatic moment I had when I was in high school.
Let's unpack that right now.
It's really quick, but I was on the bus talking to this girl that I liked, and I thought it was going well. And she
What
goes,
do you want to eat?
No. And she was like, "You have some, like," I just had like a booger, like just out in the. It was like cold, so I was like rubbing my nose, and it was like on the outside.
Yeah.
And after she
That's
like called it
disgusting.
out.
Yeah, I would
She was
too.
like, "You have something on your nose." Like
I
and
would too. That's gross.
She said,
Yeah, but I think
you can't help that though. I wouldn't go over there and say it's gross.
I'm just saying wouldn't, but I would
if
much
I was talking
rather.
to a girl, I would not have. I would have just let her not know.
Oh my God. If I was sitting on a date and I had a booger hanging out my nose the whole time and the guy didn't say anything and I went home and saw the booger, I'd be so embarrassed.
But you're
I'd much
so
rather,
embarrassed in the moment then.
No, but I'd much rather him be like, I'm so sorry, you have something. And then you can wipe it away and then move on. Like you could have the entire
I still remember this.
You could have the entire rest of
Remember
your
10
date.
years ago.
And clearly, you guys didn't hit it off.
No.
Damn.
That was it. After that, what am I gonna do? Come back and be like, "Oh,
What do you want to eat?
I blew my nose."
Oh.
Oh boy.
I can't believe you said, I know all the biggest scenes
Yeah.
from the Notebook.
All the biggest scenes from memes.
I know all
That'll
the
give you
biggest
that.
scenes from the Notebook.
That's just like watching a movie.
It's kind of like how people know Michael Jordan now, though.
No, that's
Yeah, the
sad.
crying thing.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Okay, meme guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't know sadness. You've never seen the Notebook.
I've seen all the memes. It's basically the same thing.
Oh my God.
Rachel sends Tyler home.
Yeah, that was the most dramatic moment of the season thus far. It was just
This poor guy loves her, and he told her, and she just let him keep talking.
Not only does he love her, he loved her through the first part of the breakup.
Yeah.
The breakup was happening. It was in motion. She was crying. It was really cold. She looked at the camera like Jim Halpert, and he kept talking about, I love you. I'm not falling in love with you. I'm in love with you. And she has already started to break up with him, and he just hasn't picked it up yet.
And then he was so nice even after she broke up with him. He was still smiling.
He
It
seems
was
like a
just-
nice guy.
He seems very sweet. And I don't know how many times I'm going to say the same
You
thing.
sound like Rachel now.
I do. I sound like Rachel because I think Rachel has the same feelings where he is such a nice guy, so nice, like they get along, they have fun, but it's more platonic. The actual physical chemistry was not as strong as some of the other guys.
You are so turned off by Tyler in every way. I've actually never heard you talk so openly about people not having sexual chemistry as much as you have with these two.
Because he looks like KB.
Yeah. You are so disgusted by Kyle Bauer that it is showing throughout this entire podcast.
That's not even that. It's just like I watch Tyler and then I'm like, God, this guy looks like KB. And then when they get into those intimate moments, I feel like I'm watching KB.
Yeah,
and then I'm
you're
like, I don't want to watch this.
And you're like, he's so short.
I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, we still have not determined Tyler's height, which could be a big factor.
Oh yeah, Fran took a shot at me saying if I was on The Bachelor, she'd be like, "That's a short guy."
And I said Zac Efron's short, and Fran said,
I
"No, it doesn't
Noah's-
look like
I said
Zac Efron."
No, Zac Efron, which I think everyone would agree with.
That's true. I mean, there's only
No
one
one
Zac
is.
Efron.
It's
No
objectively
one
true.
is Zac
yeah.
Efron.
Yeah.
No one in the world. It's a hard person to be compared to.
That's not a life I want. Looking like being the diet.
I'll
that
take
he
it.
has,
I'll take it.
No, but I'm saying the diet that he has to be on is not something I'm willing to commit to.
Yeah, the upkeep of being Zac Efron is torturous.
No, I mean-
Way easier being me.
He doesn't have, he doesn't have to be. He would be good looking no matter what.
He's a handsome guy.
Like he doesn't have to be ripped, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
And then Tyler went home and his whole family was waiting to meet Rachel and he showed up by himself.
Brutal.
Sad.
Brutal. Great TV, but brutal.
His mom looks so nice.
So nice.
Yeah, they really did seem like
Yeah.
a good family.
They seem like a good old family from the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Just waiting for Tyler and Rachel to burst through that door.
part of his family, like his brothers or something, I don't know who those guys were.
Yeah.
Had to be like nagging on him a little bit, like, bro, she didn't even want to meet your family.
Yeah.
That's sometimes the best way to recover.
Yeah.
Is a little ball busting.
Right.
Or it's like, ooh, which friends did she meet? Like,
Yeah, right.
Which
Right,
ones?
right, because
which
you-
ones did you let her? Did you have hang out with her?
You know that they don't like all the friends.
Would friends really be a deal breaker for you? If you really
No.
like someone?
No.
No.
How
So-
often
so
do you
she
got to
really,
see them?
So clearly, like, she didn't really like
I mean,
her.
you have to
Yeah,
see them, but
yeah.
like not.
No,
like,
it just got all too real. Like, I think she saw Tyler actually in his natural habitat. Like, she was like, oh my God, this is his real life. These are his real life friends. And now I'm actually infiltrating his real life and I shouldn't be.
right.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I feel like when like if it was just about his friends, she'd be like, all right, like
No, yeah.
I could deal with these guys, but you don't have to live with them. You're dating the friends.
Tino's parents hated her, and she's
How do
fine
you?
with that.
Yeah, how do you feel
So
about that?
I don't think she's fine with
in
that.
regards to parents. Like, if the parents, like, if you get a set of parents like Tino's who are like, boy, these people do not like me, is that a deal breaker?
That's worse than the friends.
It is a deal breaker in my mind.
That's more uncomfortable than the friends.
If my parents don't like the guy I'm with, I would never work.
Right. Is that because you?
I do too much stuff with my family.
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
yeah,
And I'm not gonna have to separate everything. Like,
right.
if I want to bring my significant other for Christmas, he can't come because my parents don't like him.
Yeah,
Like, that's
a
terrible.
No. That's
you can't
a
not
no.
know.
Right. That's
Yeah.
a big no.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and I also think there's a difference between like a light dislike where everyone can get along, and then a situation where it's actually uncomfortable for everyone. That's a deal breaker. If there's a if there's like a 6 month period at the start where everyone's like, we're not sure about this, you can let it play out. But if it gets to the point where everybody just doesn't like each other, can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Yeah, in my opinion. Although there are plenty of situations where people say, fuck you, mom and dad, I'm in love. So that could happen too with Rachel and Tino.
Pilot Peter
Right.
Barb.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
she-
a
I
good
was
example.
thinking of,
He would never.
I was thinking of Aaron Rodgers.
Well, yeah.
I feel like there's deeper issues than his relationships there, you know?
I think that's probably right.
Because he's gone through many girlfriends now, and he still doesn't talk to them.
Yeah, true. Because we all thought it was Olivia Munn, right?
Yeah.
And then
And then
They're no
there was
longer
Danica
together.
Patrick.
I also think it has to do with your relationship with your parents, right?
True.
Because what I'm confused about
That's
here
very
with,
true.
with
If you're
Rachel-
not close with your parents, then who cares?
Yeah, but if you are close with your parents, then like I can't see a situation where your parents are going to hate the person you're with unless they're like a terrible human being, right? That's why I'm confused about this Rachel and Tino situation, because it seems like he has an okay relationship with his parents, but they were really tough.
Yeah. We'll get back to Eric, but we can talk about Rachel. This was
We what?
Eric. We can
Oh.
go back to, we skipped Gabby and Eric's
Okay.
date, but we can go back to that. I almost think it was tough because it definitely came across like they didn't like Rachel, but I just think they so disapprove of this entire concept.
yeah, I don't think it had anything specifically
Yeah.
to do with Rachel at all.
And I think that they were holding it against Rachel that she was still dating other guys when she's literally the Bachelorette. Like, I think they were
yeah.
like, well, what about the other guys? It's like,
don't-
yeah, I'm still seeing other
So
guys.
reality show.
Yeah.
I also felt like they were trying to make a point. They were like, we know that if he gets to Hometowns and they bring that camera crew here and we got to
Yeah,
sit
yeah.
and Tino's going to be engaged at the end
Right.
of this whole thing. I'm going to say how I feel, and it was like, dude, just relax.
Relax. You could say that off camera. Also, I don't think they treated Rachel like somebody bringing their girlfriend home for the first time, which I thought was kind of disrespectful. Like, all right, save your feelings about the reality show or whatever for another time. Just, the girl didn't do anything wrong to you. You know what I mean? She's
Right.
harmless. Like, why can't you just put on a happy face and be nice to her? And
Yeah.
then if you are concerned after the fact, then have those conversations after. But like, kind of to like humiliate her on TV like that, I just thought was not really cool of Tino's parents.
It
didn't really
almost-
make me think Tino had a cool family.
No.
It almost
Which makes your points go down. If you got a cool
Yeah,
family,
yeah.
points,
Yep.
you look better.
Yeah.
If you are like
Jason.
a cool human being, but then your family's even cooler, it's like your stock just went up. But
Totally.
if your family's not cool, it goes down.
It almost felt like Tino's parents, before he left for this show, were like, this is a terrible idea. Don't
Yes.
go on the show. And he was like, I'm going on the show. And
See
he
ya.
left. And then his parents were talking as they were filming, and they were like, if he comes back for a hometown, we're sabotaging this shit.
I actually think that's what happened.
Yeah, it's like we don't like the whole idea of this, and we're gonna make sure we tell him that again if he does come back.
Now, Tino's response to Rachel was not great.
No, I didn't.
love that.
Nope. It's not helping him.
He said, "Yeah,
My parents adored you." No, they didn't.
My Tino train stopped when he said, she was like, they were really tough on me, Tino. And he was like, and they were tough on me too. It's like, bro, that's your parents.
Yeah.
Of course they could be tough on you, but to be tough on a girl they just met, they're holding their animosity towards the show towards her is just not cool. So I feel like the way he handled that was just like, yeah, of course your parents are going to tough on you, Tino. I feel like he's kind of a baby. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Ethan called him a baby back.
I think he's kind of a baby, and I think there's something off about him. And I do still think they end up engaged. I'm not taking that back, but I am not like
have to stick by the prediction.
Woohoo, Tino.
Yeah, and I told you guys this already, but very telling that both Caitlin Bristow and Ben Higgins said they got a lot of Sean Booth vibes from Tino.
I know nothing about Sean Booth at all, so can somebody explain to me?
Caitlin's season?
I did towards the end, so I didn't really learn a lot about Sean Booth, I would say.
Sean Booth, I would say, also played a perfect game. Like he
hit all his marks.
Yeah,
what's the
threw a no-hitter.
when you have a perfect batting average?
Batting 1,000.
Batting 1,000. He
Yeah.
batted 1,000 on Caitlin's season.
Great hair.
And great, yeah. I loved Sean. I loved Sean and Caitlin. I thought they were great. But then when that ended, there was more. It seemed like you got to hear more of
back the onion.
Yeah, a
of
little
Sean.
bit of perhaps some manipulation here and there, and how Sean was with the other guys, and how he was sort of that guy who knew he was the front runner, and because how he thought of himself because of that. So for Caitlin to say it, and Ben, who was a contestant on Caitlin's season, to kind of get those vibes from him, not great.
Not good for Tino.
Not great, because it does mean he knows what he's doing, and yes, they could end up engaged, but after the show's over, who knows what would happen then. It really did feel like my parents adored you just sounded like a line you say, and then he tried to say it again. It was like she was like, no, they did it. They stopped saying that.
Yeah, and it was apparent that.
And then he told her he was falling in love with her, and I think that's kind of salvaged the situation, because at the end of the day, she still does really like him.
Rachel does like Tino.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
and we did.
Yeah, I'm not totally out, but I have officially made the switch that I like Zach better for her.
I haven't made that switch because I always forget Zach.
That's fine.
So, and I know people are going to disagree with that because they're always like, Zach is such a better fit, but I'm always blanking on who Zach is. And I know who he is. He looks like Chasen mixed with the guy from Fired Up.
Yep.
But I don't know. Maybe I've been too focused on Tino.
You may have been.
I'm not I don't hate Tino, but I'm just not gung-ho about him like I was.
Yeah. And that is where the episode ended, but Gabby had her last date with Eric, and they were also in New Jersey, beautiful Bedminster, lovely place. Oh, and Tino, they were in California also, just to throw that in there.
Thank you.
So everyone knows their hometowns. It looked like Gabby and Eric had a great date. It was a very emotional date because, as Eric explained to us, his dad was terminally ill, and so when they came into the house, they got to meet everybody, sit down, have those conversations. But it was watching a father and son who have not seen each other in a while reunite and kind of how are you doing, and hearing. It was very, Gabby handled it very well. I thought Gabby was great in that situation, and I think they liked Gabby a lot. But watching the conversation between Eric and his mom,
you're right,
of Eric asking how is he really doing, same, worse. He's really getting this information for the first time. He hasn't seen or been able to speak to his family, so that was very intimate to watch. I don't know. You kind of think like, how do you put this on TV? But it's because it can go both ways. You think, I don't know if that should be something shared, or if it's like, I really want to share my relationship with my dad. I love my dad, and he's here, and I want him to meet Gabby. I really like Gabby, and I want Gabby to have this chance to meet him, which I think is how Eric thought of it.
I think so too.
Yeah, we discussed that last night as we were watching, because obviously in his head he was probably like, like you said, I really like Gabby, and I would like my dad to meet Gabby, and also for him to see his dad, because he knows he's been sick. So, as much as it was probably hard for him to watch back, I think at this point, I think he's probably happy he did it. And I think that Gabby handled herself really well in that situation, because it can be a hard situation for everybody involved to handle. And I think she went about it the right way.
Yeah. And we do know that Eric's dad has passed away. He had posted about that like around early June. So you would hope that even maybe this could be a little comfort of just being able to watch this back and remember that you had that moment, and that it's on, it's on tape, and that you can go back to it and watch the interaction that you had. And if Gabby is the one, then you also have that.
Right. If they end up together, then it's sweet to have that moment where they met.
Yeah, definitely. So it was very emotional. I think Gabby and Eric have a very strong connection that has not really been shown as much, because I just feel like Eric has had very kind of playful vibes. You didn't really know how serious you could take them, but now it does feel like they are moving in a very serious direction. They went to it looked like a little inn bar situation. He told her he was falling for her, and she told him the same, which she has not done. That was the first time she had done that too. So I think that's very telling about where her head is at with Eric right now.
Yeah, I think they've got a great connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a lot more apparent in this episode than in past ones, which I think is good, because I think I mentioned that I definitely think Rachel's engaged, because I think she has two very strong connections. And then with Gabby, I was like, I don't know who she's really vibing with, but I think with Eric now, I think I definitely see it more. Yeah.
We will get Avon's date next week, which will also turn into the Men Tell All. But they showed a preview for the next few weeks, as they always do. And it does seem like there's a moment where Rachel might be gearing up for an engagement, and Jesse Palmer's like, Gabby's not here and she's not coming. Which felt like, are they really telling us what's happening? Or
right, because that's been our prediction, not that specific prediction, but that situation has kind of been what we have predicted.
Right. Are they trying to make us think that Gabby leaves alone, and they're really pushing that narrative, and when she actually, maybe she leaves with someone, but she's not engaged?
That's what I think it is.
Yeah.
I think she leaves maybe even like a little bit earlier than everybody anticipates with an Eric. And they're just like, we're just not ready for an engagement. We're going to try and take this a little bit slower. I don't know if the moment felt big in the preview, but it might not be nearly as big as they're presenting it to be, which is what you do with the teaser.
And I'll be honest, I think Gabby would be pretty happy with that.
I think so too.
Yeah. I feel like Gabby hasn't been so hardcore on, I need this to end in an engagement, as much as it felt like Rachel has, or Rachel wants. So if Rachel is in that situation and gets it, I mean, I don't really know how else to interpret that clip, then that's what happens. It really did feel like that was a final moment, unless they were gearing up for some rose ceremony where she was really dressed up.
Because I didn't think that looked like an engagement. Like,
it looked like she was going to the place where she gets out of the car, they talk to Jesse, she walks to whatever beautiful location she stands in and waits for the guys.
Maybe it's because I don't love what she was wearing, so I'm trying to believe that wasn't the engagement moment.
Yeah, that could be it.
I'm maybe just hopeful.
I don't remember what thinking. I don't remember what she was wearing.
Red lipstick and a red dress. Oh, and her hair was in like a braid.
Oh, interesting.
Which I didn't love. So I was just thinking in my head, maybe that's not the engagement look.
Yeah,
might not. I mean,
it could also be a psych out of maybe Gabby, just the last rose ceremony or something after Fantasy Suites. She just says, "I'm gone,"
right?
And that's a rose ceremony situation,
or it's one of those tricksters. She's not coming because
look. It did also seem like we might get an Eric.
She's running late.
It did seem like we might get an Eric fantasy suite. If you're with another guy, I don't know how I'm going to feel about that situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah.
Man, I missed that part.
Yeah. So that could be a moment where she's like, well, fuck this.
I'm leaving with him.
Or leaving with no one.
Yeah, or I'm leaving with no one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you leave with him after I guess if he
If
said,
she really loves him the
Yeah.
most, maybe she's like, you know what, fine.
Unless
Fine.
she's already been with somebody else and they make Eric the last date on purpose.
True.
Whew, I don't know.
lot of scenarios here.
Truly.
A lot of scenarios. So we will be back next week to talk about Avon's last hometown. And I'm sure there'll be a rose ceremony before we see the men tell all, which I'm never very excited for.
And this group of guys seems like they like each other. So
Yeah, I don't feel like there was really that much drama that they could stir up
no
at
villain,
this point.
no
But
real villain.
Someone will stir up something because they all like everyone always jokes, it's a paradise audition.
True.
What do you want to eat?
You know, he gets out of the boat, he says, "What do you want to eat?"
Ridiculous.
It was so funny.
We have a great game of trivia, Beat Rhea and Fran coming up, but guys, summer is winding down. We only have a few weeks left, and it's time for something fresh during the season of change. So whether you're cozying up for cuffing season or hosting a tailgate that will be the envy of the entire lot, you want to pass the vibe check with a case of bold, delicious Vizzy Hard Seltzer. If you're a tailgater, if you're one of those people maybe going to those college football games, it's bright and early, Vizzy Mimosa has the refreshing taste of real orange juice and is perfect for daytime sipping. It comes in strawberry orange, pineapple orange, peach orange, and pomegranate orange. Everyone will be so happy if you roll up to your tailgate with a case of the Vizzy Mimosas. If you also want to shake things up, you can keep your options open and try a Vizzy Variety Pack. They have so many different flavors. I love the blackberry lemon that's in one of the variety packs. It also has watermelon strawberry. That's absolutely delicious. They have so many great flavors. Whatever you like, they have a flavor for you. So make sure you are trying your Vizzy Hard Seltzer. Take advantage of these last few weeks. Bring it to the beach. Bring it back to school. Whatever it is that you're doing, bring Vizzy with you. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, flavors for every vibe. Go to VizzyHardSeltzer.com/chicks to find Vizzy near you. That's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/chicks. And to hear first about the latest flavor drops and more, sign up at VizzyHardSeltzer.com/subscribe. You must be 21 and older. Celebrate responsibly from Molson Coors Beverage Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another game of Beat Rhea and Fran. This is game 46, and we are joined by Emilee and Alana. We are so excited to have them here today. Fran, we got to thank Fran for this. Yeah, we do. I met Emilee. She was on a bachelorette party last week, I would say. And she came right up to me and said, at the live show, I told Noah that I would get a tattoo of your choosing if I got to be on trivia, and he never answered.
Was that our first Boston show?
It was your second.
Oh, second. But that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, almost a year.
And I said, wow, I can't believe Noah would do such a thing, like not answer you.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Weird.
Especially when it comes to a tattoo.
Yeah, and so
No,
I immediately texted Noah with Emilee's name and said she's got to be on trivia.
I do remember the tattoo thing. I just, emails get buried,
Yeah. Well, it was a fated run-in because here we are.
Here we are. And are you still open to that tattoo idea, or are you done with that?
Oh, yeah. Totally.
All right, we'll think of it. I don't know if it should be Chicks in the Office related, or if it should be like what
Something totally random.
I would like to know the things you're a fan of.
Well, if I lose, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. So is it?
Okay.
Is
so
that on the line?
it's if we beat
Only
you.
if I lose.
yes,
It's a
okay.
wager.
All right. If we beat you, then we decide your tattoo.
Yes.
High stakes game. I like
High
it.
stakes game.
All right.
I
Let's
love
get
it.
into
And
it.
nothing's on the line for you guys.
No.
And now,
Besides our dignity.
yeah. And how do you two know each other?
Yeah, we're college roommates. So we were roommates back in college and we're friends ever since.
Amazing.
Love it.
That's great. Okay. So, ladies, this is game 46. There are 15 questions. Whoever gets the answer correct gets a point. If you are wrong, the other team can steal that point. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. If it's tied, we do have an overtime round. And to determine who goes first, Noah's going to give us a movie. We have to guess the Rotten Tomatoes critic score. Whoever is closest will get to go first. We will alternate guesses. So each one of the four of us gets a guess. And whoever's closest will get to go first. So Noah, what is today's movie?
Today's movie is The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh. Okay. One of you go first.
Okay. I'm going to go 67.
That's a good guess.
I like that guess.
I'm going 92.
Ooh.
Great film.
It is a good, it is a phenomenal movie.
I'm going to go 34.
51.
Maria's the closest, 86.
Yes! I knew it. I knew it was a good movie.
It is it's an absolute classic.
It is.
All right.
I might
Did
watch
you
it
do
later.
that because we were talking about it
Yes.
so much with The Bachelor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I feel good.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 1 to Rhea and Fran. Shout out Alexa and Bree from Long Beach, New York. What year did all 3 of these movies come out?
You better do your calculations right on this one because the last one you got wrong. Glee came out in 2009, not 2010.
I
So
was
we were.
hoping you
I think we were like
we were right.
we were partially right about it.
Well,
the
no.
other things came out in 2010, but
Yeah,
when we
people-
get
One of them came out in 2009.
yes.
A lot of people were sending that in.
Yeah. All right, get on with the show.
Fact checking.
I'm fact checking.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you can't trust. Yeah, you have to fact check. Okay.
I mean, there's no way.
I'm not putting blame
Yeah,
on.
Yeah.
On.
We're not saying you're an animal.
It's just
Yeah.
a silly thing to
Yeah.
do is say that you
No,
wouldn't check
I've
any question
fact
because somebody could just send something so wrong
Yeah,
and you would believe
yeah.
it.
People are keeping me on my
You're
toes.
gullible like that. All right, get on with the question.
All right, question number 1 to Rhea and Fran. What year did all 3 of these movies come out? And I did fact check this.
Okay.
13 going on 30, Mean Girls, The Notebook.
2003. Or is it 2002? I want to say 2003. Or is it 2006?
Mean Girls came out in 2003.
I was in
I would have been.
I think I was in like 3rd grade. Maybe it's 2006.
15 seconds.
Say it again. Notebook. Mean
The
Girls.
Notebook, Mean Girls, and 13
Let's
going on
do
30.
2006.
5 seconds.
They just had it. They just had it.
Time is up.
2000.
Final answer.
2006.
2006.
Incorrect.
No!
They just. I was
To
just
Emilee and Alana.
13 going on 30.
I thought it was 04.
I'm not gonna.
That's
finish
what I
it.
was
I'm not
thinking
gonna
too.
finish my
4?
Yeah.
2004. Okay. 2004.
Correct.
All right, we would have got it wrong anyway.
They because 13 going on 30, I feel like they just celebrated some anniversary of sorts.
I think I had the multiples of 3 stuck in my head because of 13 going on 30.
What's your favorite movie out of those 3?
Mean Girls.
Really?
Yeah.
13 going on 30 for me.
Mine's probably 13 going on 30 as well. I mean, Mean Girls is.
Love me a good Mark Ruffalo movie.
I do love The Notebook.
I love 13 going on 30, but Mean Girls is just such a classic. And The Notebook is way too long to be a
Ugh.
favorite movie.
I've never seen The Notebook. Okay.
Don't open up that discussion. Don't make a comment. Move on to the
I'm
next
not.
question.
I'm not. I just made a face and we're moving on.
All right. Question number 2 to Emilee and Alana. Shout out Libby for this one. This is a Harry Potter question.
They got a point.
What species was Hagrid's pet Buckbeak in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban?
That's all you.
Ooh. I don't know. Oh my god. I don't know.
15 seconds.
Should we throw in a guess? I wish I knew.
Once I hear it, I'm gonna be so mad.
5.
I have nothing.
All right. To Rhea and Fran.
This question is what species
Yes.
is buckbeak?
Yes.
Hippogriff.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Correct.
Yes.
I read it as hypogriff, but I guess it's hippogriff. Oh, that makes sense. Like a hippo.
Hippogriff.
All right, tied up at 1 now. Question number 3 to Rhea and Fran. Shout out Kate from Massachusetts. What actress has won People's Most Beautiful Person a record 5 times? A. Julia Roberts. B. Beyonce. C. Jennifer Lopez. D. Tom Cruise. Actress or actor?
Okay, I was like,
That's most beautiful
like,
person.
Wow, Tom Cruise just really snuck in there at the end.
Before he mentioned any names, my thought
Julia
was
Roberts was the first one that I thought of. Or
I
J-Lo.
thought of J-Lo.
Most beautiful person. I feel confident saying J-Lo.
All right, let's go J-Lo.
Yeah.
J-Lo.
Incorrect.
I'm so sick of getting answers wrong.
I thought Julia Roberts.
Shoot.
I did too, but I don't know. Tom Cruise might have.
I just threw it into the loop. I don't know. I thought of Julia Roberts, but why is Tom Cruise there?
15 seconds.
I don't know. You can decide.
Okay, I'm gonna go Julia Roberts, I think.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Correct.
Shit. Damn it. Should have went with my gut.
Should have.
Always trust it.
2-1, Emilee and Alana.
Before you even read the options, I thought Julia Roberts.
Yep.
You're so smart.
That was originally not a multiple choice question, but I made it multiple choice.
I actually think if you didn't make it multiple
You probably
choice, I
would've
would have
said
gotten
Julia
it right.
Roberts. Yeah.
I would have said J-Lo, so I feel like it still would have been the same.
We would have been arguing the same people.
All right, question number 4 to Emilee and Alana. Shout out Lila from Boston. Which of the following celebrities has not been a guest on John Mayer's Instagram live show Current Mood? A. Phineas O'Connell. B. Charlie Puth. C. Maggie Rogers. D. Maren Morris.
Do you watch that, Emily?
I've seen a couple things. I feel like Charlie Puth was on there. I don't know if I'm between Maggie Rogers and Maren Morris.
Okay. Yeah, pick. You can pick which one. I have no idea. I don't watch it.
I'm gonna go Maren Morris. Final answer.
Correct.
All
right.
That was really just a wild guess, honestly.
3-1. Emilee and Alana now. It's question number 5. Shout out Lauren from Columbus, Ohio. To Rhea and Fran. What show was Meghan Markle on before marrying Prince Harry?
Deal or No Deal?
What?
Oh no, Suits. Like she also was on Deal or No Deal.
She was, but like an actual actress on the show.
Yeah.
Suits.
Correct.
Yeah. But Deal or No Deal would have been right. You would have had to accept that she was on Deal or No Deal.
I guess it's such a general.
It
was. Deal or No Deal is a television program.
Yeah.
All right. 3-2.
We should get 2 points.
Emilee and Alana.
I just am embarrassed at how fast I said Deal or No Deal. As if I was hosting the show.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 6 to Emilee and Alana. Shout out Keller from Tennessee. In Camp Rock, what does Mitchie, Demi Lovato, lie and say her mom does for a living?
Oh my god.
I don't even remember that being a part of Camp Rock.
Yeah, she lied because her mom like worked at Camp Rock. Was it like a singer or something?
Maybe like a producer.
Producer? Yeah, should we just go with it's definitely in the industry.
10
She's like a
seconds.
famous producer or something, director.
Okay. Yeah, let's do a producer.
Okay, famous producer.
Incorrect.
Was it like a boy
what
band manager?
That's like what I was gonna say. Producer, like a A&R rep. Is that something that?
I thought she was like a boy band manager.
No, I don't think she was a boy band manager. She definitely told him she worked in music somehow, or like it was an agent or like a manager,
or her herself was a singer.
No, definitely not a singer.
5 seconds.
Let's go. Manager kind of falls in the
Okay, manager.
Incorrect. It was just more specific, but president of Hot Tunes TV
President
China.
of Hot Tunes TV China.
And she was, her real
that's
job
exactly
is a cook.
what it was.
Yeah, we knew she was a cook.
I was not gonna. I was not gonna remember President of Hot Tunes China, even though as soon as you said it, it all came flooding back.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have another Jonas Brothers question
Hot
for you.
Tunes China. Oh, good.
Shout out Kenzie from Pennsylvania. What was the Jonas Brothers' first single called, and what year was it released?
Was it Mandy?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if that was the first. Single is hard.
Was it year 3000?
No, Mandy came out before
15
that.
seconds.
I would go. Mandy makes sense.
5 seconds. And year.
2000.
Really specific.
2006.
Time is up, so
Mandy, 2006.
incorrect. Two-parter.
Do you have any idea?
I feel like it is Mandy, but I feel like it came out before that.
Like 05? Not 04, I don't think.
When were we in the 3rd grade?
How old were we? Like 9? I think 2007, 6.
So it was before that.
5 seconds.
So
2005. Let's go 05. Mandy 05. Final answer.
Correct.
Oh, my God.
4-2.
Enough with these fucking year questions.
I hate the year questions.
All right. 4-2. Emilee and Alana. It's question number 8 to them. Shout out Ellie from New Jersey / Wake Forest. And she was also a contestant on Beat Ree and Fran on the 34th episode of Beat Ree and Fran. Just a fun fact. Okay.
Impressive resume.
In Harry Styles' song Late Night Talking, he says, "But I'd follow you to any place. If it's blank or blank, I'm coming too." Name the 2 places he names in the song.
I have no
This is
idea.
not our
to
question.
them.
Oh, okay, thank God.
I just saw a TikTok on this like yesterday.
15 seconds.
I'll follow you.
Do you have any idea?
No, it's like it's. Oh my God. No. Hollywood
5
or
seconds.
something.
Okay, Hollywood and what
Time
else?
is up.
I don't know.
Yeah, never mind.
To Ree and Fran.
I have no idea.
No idea.
No guess?
Nope. I have no idea.
Hollywood and New York.
Incorrect. Hollywood or Bishopsgate?
There you go.
Oh,
Or
Yeah.
Bishop's
I would have
Gate.
never gotten
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's not. Nope.
All right.
Where is Bishop's Gate?
Sounds like London, but you
Okay.
wanna- let's just find out.
I'm just curious where that is.
It's got to be London. Bishopsgate, London. Knew it. A lot of gates in London.
Mm-hmm.
Morale is low, it seems.
A lot. We have to know a lot about the years 2002 to 2008 on this show.
This song came out last year.
No, I
Or
know.
this year.
But you asked morale's
No, I
low.
know.
We're still thinking about that. That's why.
All right. Question number 9 to Ree and Fran. Shout out Sarah H. from North Dakota. In Fired Up, what is the song that Dr. Rick says is the soundtrack to his life?
Chumbawamba. What's the name of the song? Chumbawamba, soundtrack to my life. That's what he says, so I'm just going with Chumbawamba.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
That's correct.
Yeah.
The song is Tub Thumpin', but I
Yeah.
feel like it's just Chumbawamba. All right. 4-3. Emilee and Alana. And this is question number 10. I'm going to play a clip of a movie, and you tell me what movie it's from.
Let's see what you got. You smell that? What is that?
What?
What's that smell?
The cologne?
No.
Opportunity.
No. Money.
Okay.
I smell money.
Okay.
sounds like Jason Sudeikis. No, not Jason Sudeikis.
No.
I have no idea.
I've definitely heard that before.
Is it like I
Is
thought
that
The Hangover? don't know why that crossed my mind for
10
a second.
seconds.
The Hangover.
Like, not the first one, though. I don't know why I'm thinking that.
I don't have anything better, so.
Okay, I guess The Hangover 2.
Incorrect.
I have no idea. Was that? Did it kind of sound like Jason Bateman
Yeah, a little bit.
with a hint of Zac Efron?
I don't know. Let's go War Dogs. Miles Teller and Jonah Hill.
Fine.
War Dogs.
Incorrect. It's The Big Short, Ryan Gosling.
Oh.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
actually, that
that's-
does sound like Ryan Gosling now that you say it, but I wouldn't have gotten that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. The
Still,
Big Short.
you guys have seen that, correct?
Yeah. Yes, but who's he talking to in
Years
that?
ago.
He's
scene?
talking to Steve Carell.
Okay.
But there's like a group, Ken
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Yeah.
Succession.
So long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That came out around the
That
same time
long.
with Wolf of Wall Street, no?
No, that was more recent. The Big Short. The Big Short. I think Wolf of Wall Street was like
Wolf of Wall Street was like
2013. The Big Short was 2015.
Yeah, not that. Oh, wow, well, no. All right, next question.
All right, question number 11 to Rhea and Fran. They're down 4-3. Shout out Trevor from
Tattoo is on the line here,
It
folks.
is.
Come on,
Grand-
focus up.
Grand Haven, Michigan.
I'm trying.
Which pop star made a small cameo in Katy Perry's music video for I Kissed a Girl?
Ashley Simpson.
This music video came out so long ago. Iconic video. I can't. What pop star?
Oh.
Lady Gaga.
No. Is it
10
Christina
seconds.
Aguilera?
I have no idea.
Is it
I have no idea.
Is it Britney Spears?
5 seconds.
I got nothing.
Let's go Christina Aguilera.
Incorrect.
Said so many different names.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I'm trying to think who was relevant back then.
What is like an actor?
Well, she's a pop star, so.
Yeah.
15 seconds.
Was Miley Cyrus relevant back then? I don't even know when that came out.
I think she might have been a little bit too young for that. I don't know if it's Miley.
5 seconds.
Britney Spears.
Incorrect. It's Kesha.
Kesha.
Yep.
Wouldn't have gotten that.
I knew she was blonde.
Kesha.
All right. Still 4-3, Emilee and Alana. This is question number 12 to them. Shout out Ethan.
Shout out Ethan. Yeah.
No location.
Yeah.
What
It's like
restaurant
Cher.
chain is Pam banned from in The Office for being overserved alcohol, as she says?
Chili's, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, Chili's final answer.
Correct. All right. 5-3, Emilee and Alana. And this is question number 13 to Rhea and Fran. Name all of the original girls from Love Island 2022 UK. 5 girls.
The 5 original?
Like
5
the 5
original. The
first
first
girls?
first 5 girls.
Gemma, Ekin-Su.
Gemma, Tasha, India, Amber. Was Ekin-Su to start?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ekin-Su.
Final
5.
answer.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
What? So Ekin-Su wasn't start? Who? I don't care anymore.
Ekin came after.
Fuck, I knew she came after.
He was like the first one added in, I think.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Tasha, India, Gemma, Amber, and Paige.
Final
Yeah.
answer. Correct.
Yep.
Page.
I knew that.
6-3.
I knew Ekin-Su didn't start.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
We lose.
Oh, that was it. Yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
it.
we'll do
We
the final
lose.
2 questions, but they lost.
You know what? Yeah.
No, we
Maybe it wasn't in the cards
The
for you to
stakes
get a
were too.
tattoo.
The stakes were too big. The universe did
I'll
not
still
want.
get one.
The universe did not want us to ink something on Emilee's body.
Yeah, they didn't.
Question number 14, and this is to Emilee and Alana. Shout out Janie from Pittsburgh. What color are Lizzie and Isabella's outfits during the What Dreams Are Made Of performance? two
Is
different
this our
colors.
question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Purple and green.
Or is it blue?
No, purple and green. That's what it was for Halloween.
Oh, okay. Okay. Purple and green.
Correct.
Everybody knows that one.
Yeah.
Purple and green.
All right. Question number 15 to Ariel. Question number 15 to Rhea and Fran. Shout out Ariel from New Jersey. What is the Gilmore Girls catchphrase for a perfect circumstance?
A lot of
You really-
questions about things that I just don't know today.
Yeah.
Never seen Gilmore Girls.
For a what?
A perfect circumstance.
I don't know. I don't know.
I've literally never seen Gilmore Girls. Not one episode.
I've watched Gilmore Girls start to finish like 5 times, but I
Okay. To Emilee and Alana.
not in maybe at least 7 years.
I have no idea.
I also have no idea.
All right. The correct answer is Oi with the poodles already.
Nope. Yeah. Wouldn't have gotten that one.
I do recall. I just that
Okay.
never would have been. Never.
All
would
right.
have
Final
come to my
score
head.
7-3.
Yeah, we got
Emilee and
crushed.
Alana.
We did.
We
Well,
got crushed.
They pulled away.
Honestly, great job, guys.
Yeah, you guys were great.
You guys
Under
were great.
pressure.
And it was like,
Yeah.
Multiple choice, years. You did it
guys
all.
knew it.
You did it all. After Emilee got Maren Morris, I didn't feel good.
Yeah,
I didn't
me
feel
either.
good.
I didn't feel good either. And then the Chili's
I
question
really
is like
get
the
that
one
now.
office question I knew or whatever.
Yeah.
But congratulations,
2005,
guys.
not
And
2006.
Girls.
now the pressure of the tattoo isn't there, which
At least I got a Harry Potter question right.
Yeah.
That's always a win in my
Yeah,
book.
you
we're
did.
very
Yeah.
proud of you. Thank you guys so much for playing, though.
Thank you guys. This was so great. Emilee, I'm glad we were
Yeah,
able
thank
to
you.
figure this out.
Me too.
Thank you guys. Bye. Or actually,
Awesome.
before
Oh
you
wait,
go,
yeah, before you go,
could you send me your address, both
Both
your
of you.
addresses and sizes, so we can send you merch in your.
and you get a t-shirt that says you beat us.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys
Thanks.
again.
Later.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be back on Friday. We love you guys. Make sure you subscribe everywhere and have a great rest of your week.